Hey guys, it's Clint from Christ and Culture, and this time I'm in Philadelphia. You can see Liberty Hall right behind me. I just got out of there with a tour. So Philadelphia, just a random fact, it actually comes from some Greek words that we see in Scripture a lot. So the first word is philia, which comes from one of the words for love in Greek. Specifically, it means the type of love that we have between our friends or our brothers. And the other word is adelphoi, which means cousins or brothers or something along those lines, male relatives basically. So that's where we get the nickname for Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. But as I was going through this tour here, I was kind of thinking, as they were talking about, this is the place where the Declaration of Independence was signed. And the tour guide was talking a lot about what those men put on the lines when they signed that document. You know, they were putting their names on this document and giving it to someone who, when they got it, would know exactly who they were and would want them dead. They were committing treason. But they put their name on something that they believed in. You know, it's not unlike the apostles. It's not unlike the founding fathers, or not founding fathers, but fathers of our own church. You know, they had something they believed in, not something, someone. And they were willing to die for that. They were willing to put their lives on the line. They were willing to put their name on it. I think that's important to remember. When we sign our name to something, it kind of validates it. It puts ourselves behind it. This commitment. See, I think something that our founding fathers of our nation and the apostles that led our church in the early years, they had courage. They had fortitude. But I think even more than that, the reason why they were willing to sign their name to this is they had something to look forward to. You see, these men, they signed this document because they knew that in doing so, they had the opportunity to create something new, something that would change the world. A nation that would, their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren would live in. And see, the apostles, what they had to look forward to is being with Christ again in heaven. And so during this time of Advent, you know, Advent literally means to come. It's this time of waiting, but also of active preparation. You know, during this time, I want to challenge you to put your name and sign it to your faith. Now, I'm not saying you need to write out a creed, but maybe this Sunday when you go to Mass, when you say, I believe, when you say we believe, mean it. What are you signing your name to? What are you saying? Do you actually mean that? See, during this Advent, yes, we're waiting for Christmas. Yes, we're preparing for Christmas, but even more than that, we're preparing for the second coming. The second coming of Christ when we'll be with him again, hopefully. Are you committing your life to that day? That's what Advent's about. Preparing for that day, preparing for that opportunity. So sign your name to it, and I'll be sending some more videos your guys' way. But right now, I'm gonna go get a Philly cheesesteak because I am hungry. So, see you guys soon. Have a good one. Hey guys, it's Clint again. Still in Philadelphia. This time I am at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. So for those of you who have seen the movie Rocky, these are the steps that he ran up, and there's actually a statue of him up there somewhere. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys where I'm at, and I'm about to run up those stairs. So pray for me. See you guys soon. Hey guys, it's me again, and I am finally back from Philadelphia. It was really an awesome trip, to be honest. I had a lot of fun, met a lot of cool people, and I did make it up those stairs, the Rocky stairs from the last part of the video. But before I kind of finish things off, I just wanted to share one quick story. On the very first day when I was flying to Philadelphia from Houston, I got on my flight. It was a really early flight. I think it left at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And I really wasn't feeling it. I didn't really want to talk to people. So the first thing I did when I sat down on the plane was I put my headphones in and I was about to take a nap. And as soon as I put the headphones in, the guy next to me started a conversation. And in my head, I thought, great, here we go. I gotta talk to this guy the whole time. I'm not the nicest sometimes. And so he started talking to me, started asking me questions. Why was I going to Philadelphia? Was I going to see family there? And eventually we get to, what do you do for a living? Now, sometimes I love talking about this. I'm very proud of the fact that I work for the church. But sometimes, especially 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to have the conversation of explaining why I work for the church, especially when a lot of the times I have to explain a lot of other things along with that. A lot of the times it ends in just a lot of name calling and a lot of times a really harsh conversation, if you could even call it that. So I really wasn't looking forward to that. And I made the assumption, wrongfully so, that this conversation was going to be like that. But as the conversation went on, he asked me what I did for a living, and I said, I'm a youth minister for the Catholic Church. And he actually got excited. He said, I'm Catholic too. He said, actually, my wife works for the church as well. So we ended up talking probably for the next hour to an hour and a half about the Catholic Church, about youth ministry, about what it means to be youth minister, about our lives, and we got to just talk to each other. And it seems like such a small, random thing, but this man, his name is Paul, he really changed and set the tone for my entire trip. You see, I'm really introverted as a person, and so meeting new people is not something that is really easy for me sometimes. And so going to this convention, I was actually going by myself on this convention. Because of the openness of Paul and the conversation that we had, I was able to meet dozens of new people, maybe hundreds of new people, that I wouldn't have had the conversation with if I hadn't spoken with Paul. And one thing that Paul reminded me of without even realizing he was doing it is to be proud of our faith and ready to share it no matter how tired we are, no matter how early in the morning. As Christians, as disciples, we're called to have a reason for our faith. Scripture tells us to have a reason to explain, or be able to explain the reason for your joy at all times. I probably misquoted that, but someone can check me on it. As Christians, we're supposed to be able to explain why we're Christians at any point. We're called to evangelize. And to be honest, I slacked on that a little bit, but Paul didn't. Paul, in our conversation, talked a lot about the importance of relationships, and the way that we start those relationships is by just asking people questions. How are you doing? What do you do? How's your life? Where are you going? Things like that. It's just simple questions, but in doing that, we can really change our lives, change their lives, and create relationships. And I'm going to end just asking you guys to be open, more open than I was. Have those conversations and see where it takes you. Thanks for joining me on this adventure, guys, and hopefully we'll have another one for you soon. Signing off. See you soon.